Hey friends, it's Ray again for a nugget of wisdom on Wednesday. Let's give it up. Today, I have the pleasure of talking to you about wisdom by association. You see, wisdom by association are one of those terms that you have to be in a space of learning how to submit. Now, in our culture, submitting is very difficult for many people to understand. Many people want to do, but I'll try my best to make it make sense. Submission is the key to leadership. Now, some may think that leaders are leaders and people that submit to them are not leaders. But I want to introduce a thought to you. Everyone that you may consider a great leader today at one time was an amazing follower. And as an amazing follower, that leader had to submit to another leader. In turn, that leader recognized that follower's submission and was able to pour into that follower because there was trust established. The Bible reminds us in Ephesians chapter 5 to wives submit to their husbands in all things. And all that scripture is saying is that not that a wife is subservient to her husband, but what it means is that she has the opportunity to be made in God's image just like her husband, but man was given a responsibility to lead, not to lead over her and rule over her with a mean fist or with a growl of his brow, but one who was able to care for her as a delicate flower. You see, in leadership isn't about commanding people and making people do what you will for them to do. But true leadership is motivating people and allowing them to follow your vision. Every true leader has a vision, and those people who follow that vision recognize the discipline in that leader to continue to keep the vision before the people, to continue to help them grow towards that vision, and ultimately kick all roadblocks out of the way so that all those following can ascertain all the goals that were lined out for them. So as a husband now of 23 years, I take a privilege in being able to lead my family, not because I'm in charge and people have to do what I say. I'm married to a beautiful, strong woman. So in order for me to lead her properly, I had to learn how to lead myself. So when you're associated with the right types of people, there's several things that you can learn. When you watch certain people in their marital lives, you can watch how you should be a husband, and you can also learn how you shouldn't be. You can learn how you shouldn't be a wife, and you can also learn how you should be a wife. The blessing about being a wise person is that you're a person who's always in a position to learn. And when you're in a position to learn, you're always observant. That we have to be careful not being so caught up with our own situations and circumstances that we miss out on all the things that are going on around us. I love now that I walk around with my camera and I see some couples that I know have been together for a very long time, and I politely ask them, can I take your picture? And I love this question because they always ask, why do you want to take our picture? I say, because I don't want to forget what I see right now. And what I see is two people who've worked things out. One led, one followed. Sometimes a man isn't leading. Sometimes his wife is leading. But the key to it is that they've learned how to submit one to another. And I want you to know this today. If you have aspirations to be a leader, that you've got to learn how to submit today. Because if you learn how to submit, now people can pour into you and help you gain those goals that you aspire for. But if you have a resistance to follow, a resistance to always allow people to pour into you, people have the natural proclivity to stop trying to share with you because you may believe that you know it all. And nobody likes to be around a know-it-all. Nobody likes imparting wisdom to a know-it-all because you feel like you're wasting your time. And when you feel like you're wasting your time with people, you can move on and pour into somebody who's willing to learn. So that's all I have for you today. It's not deep. I just want you to consider this. If you have goals to be a leader one day, I want you to take time and ask yourself this question. If I'm going to be a successful leader, am I being the follower that I should be today? If I want to be a successful husband, am I leading my family in the way that I should? Am I leading myself? If I want to be a successful leader as a wife, am I the helpmate that God called me to be, to help my husband, not to nag my husband, to encourage my husband, to lead my children? Am I doing those things that God required of me, or am I just upset because I'm not where I think I should be in life? It's very difficult to lead, family, but there's leadership in you, and there's wisdom in recognizing what you're here for. And I know many of you are leaders. It's just difficult to be out front. It's difficult to be unpopular. It's difficult to say this is how it's going to be. Trust my vision. Trust my plan. Trust my history. Trust my resume. That's a very lonely road. But trust and believe. Whatever God created you to be, you're going to do it with assurance. But first, we've got to learn how to submit. That's my word of wisdom on this Wednesday. I'm so glad that you hung out with me. I'm Ray. Looking forward to our next Wednesday together. See ya. Have a wonderful day.